Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a book that's just been absolutely everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Mel Robbins' latest, The Let Them Theory. She
Yeah.
wrote it with her daughter, Sawyer.
Ah, right. That one has been huge. #1 bestseller, wasn't it?
Totally. New York Times, Amazon, Audible, everywhere. And apparently sold like over 3 million copies around the world. Massive buzz.
Oh, okay.
So our mission today is to really get into it for you. We want to unpack what this let them theory is all about, what it promises,
Mhm.
why it seems to click with so many people, and maybe just as important, look at where some critics think it maybe falls a bit short.
Right, so people can decide if it's actually useful for them.
Exactly. Is it the right fit for your journey?
Huh.
That's the question.
Okay, sounds good. It's interesting because it seems so simple on the surface, but it definitely provokes reactions, doesn't it?
It really does. So let's start with the core. It boils down to this mantra: let them, let me. Simple phrase.
Yep.
But what's really going on there? What's the counterintuitive bit that frees people up?
Well, I think the big insight, the sort of aha moment for many, is realizing how much energy you actually waste trying to control things you just can't control.
Like other people's opinions or choices.
Exactly. Their reactions, what they think, what they do. The let them part is about consciously deciding to stop fighting that losing battle. You just let them.
Okay.
And by doing that, you free up all this mental space, this emotional energy.
Which you can then use for the let me part.
Precisely. That's where you redirect the focus. Let me choose my boundaries. Let me decide how I respond. Let me focus on what I can actually control, my own actions, my own well-being.
So it's like reclaiming your power in a way.
It really is. It reframes where your agency lies.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mental circuit breaker, especially if you're prone to, overthinking or people-pleasing. It brings a sense of calm.
And Robbins gives people tools, right? It's not just the idea. How does she make it stick?
Yeah, she's very good at that. Her tone is super relatable, like that friend who gives you straight talk, but, kindly.
Mm-hmm.
She uses personal stories, bit of accessible science, and she makes it actionable. Like, she has this thing called the ABC loop.
VPC loop.
Yeah. A is for apologize or ask. B is back off.
Yep.
C is celebrate.
Okay.
It's a simple framework you can apply in different situations, parenting, work, whatever.
Mhm.
It gives you concrete steps instead of just theory. Helps
Mm.
you pause,
Yeah.
detach.
Right. So that simplicity, that actionability, that's clearly a huge part of why it's resonated. Big appeal.
Definitely.
But, and here's where it gets interesting. Does that simplicity also become its weakness? Because it has faced some pretty sharp criticism, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's interesting to see the pushback. A main one is repetitiveness.
Like the book could have been shorter.
Some readers felt that, yeah. That the core message, while powerful, gets repeated a lot. Maybe it could have been an article, or, a 30-minute talk.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads to the other big critique. Is it actually new?
Ah, the groundbreaking question.
Right. Critics point out it sounds a lot like, repackaged Stoicism. The ancient Greek philosophy. Focus only on what you control.
Okay, I see the connection.
Or just standard boundary setting advice that's been around for ages. So some people call it a bit basic, maybe surface level.
And what about people who are maybe more familiar with therapy or psychological concepts? Does the critique go deeper there?
It can, yeah. Some reviewers, especially those with, say, a therapy background, felt the tactics sometimes oversimplify things.
How so?
Like letting them might work for everyday frustrations, sure. But does it really help you process, deep-seated emotional triggers? Or the actual root causes of why someone might be a chronic people pleaser in the first place?
Right, it might be more complex than just deciding to detach.
Exactly. Critics suggest it might lack that deeper emotional handling. It's maybe more of a permission slip to step back, rather than a strategy for profound emotional work.
Okay, that makes sense. So weighing the strengths, the relatability against these thoughtful criticisms,
Mm-hmm.
who is this book really for? Who gets the most out of it?
It seems ideal for people who are maybe newer to self-help,
Okay.
especially if you feel stuck in patterns of trying to control everything or you're exhausted from people-pleasing. For those people, the clarity and simplicity can be a real light bulb moment. That permission to step back feels, really empowering.
A genuine aha moment, like you said.
Yeah.
And conversely, who might read this and think, okay, I already know this.
Probably those who are already pretty familiar with concepts like emotional boundaries. Maybe they've read some Stoicism or they've done significant work in therapy.
Right.
For them, it might feel a bit redundant, maybe light on the deeper stuff they're looking for. It's a great, memorable reframe that permission slip idea again, but maybe not full of like groundbreaking psychological insights if you're already deep in that work.
Got it. So it really highlights this dual nature, doesn't it? For some, it's this incredibly clear, empowering toolkit. For others, maybe a bit simplistic.
Absolutely. And ultimately, if the approach helps you save your energy, cut down on stress, and feel more in control of yourself, then it's a powerful tool, isn't it?
True.
Which really brings up a key question for you, the listener, to consider.
Yeah.
What kind of self-help do you genuinely need right now? Is it that permission slip to just detach? Or are you looking for something that dives deeper into those complex emotional strategies?
That's a great final thought. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the let them theory. We hope this helps you figure out where it might fit or not fit for you.